Welcome to the weekly Friday food show. This is going to be something I do every single week, and I'm going to expose supermarkets and food nonsense and all the massive corporations that are trying to dwindle us out of our hard-earned cash. You, the viewer, have worked hard all your life. Large corporations are taking the absolute mickey, and I'm absolutely sick of it. My new show will be tackling exposés on supermarkets, supermarket labelling, inflation prices on farms, inflation prices on the supermarket shelves, and other such things. What I really want from this show is to create transparency and to create a trust between us, something that we can build on and grow, and something we can create that's perfect and special and unique. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, because it's only ever going to get better. Before we get into the nitty gritty of the next few minutes, I want to tell you what qualifies me to discuss these subjects. My whole adult life has been spent farming and exposing supermarket nonsense, everything in between. So I spent a lifetime almost talking to customers in my own farm shops, my own butchery, chatting with them about supermarkets, exposing things they didn't understand about food labelling, chatting to them about what supermarkets were doing and how they impacted farmers and how they impacted you, the consumer. Finding out what really bugs you, what really bugs me, and how actually it's the middlemen in between that screw everything up. We diversified as a farm to do all these different outlets, so I've spent many years chatting. It's something I'm very passionate about, and it's something that I know strikes a chord with you, the consumer. I've had many a long chat over the years with my customers discussing these things, talking about how supermarkets label things wrong, or they position things in certain places so you buy them, down to imports, poor prices at the farm gate and higher prices for the consumer, and all of these things. So this is why it's important to me, and this is how I've learned the tools of my trade. Let's get into it. Food inflation is up 5.2%. Farmers get less cash and you're paying more. So what's going wrong? Obviously, there's a lot of money missing in the middle. So let's start at the beginning of where the story needs to be, at the farm gate. Since 2020, farm gate prices have risen, and with this, some of the retail prices that you're paying on the shelves have gone up 52%. But that's quite a big discrepancy between the farm gate price and the retail price. We've all heard what supermarkets are doing. We've heard in the past that supermarkets are trying to pull the wool over our eyes. But did you know that you can buy produce on a supermarket shelf with a Union Jack on it and it could not be British? This is a shambles. This is not good enough. I've read and I've heard reports that food can be shipped in and it lands in Ireland, drives across the border into Northern Ireland, packed in Northern Ireland, stamped with the Union Jack, and suddenly it is British, and it is not. You may have seen my recent videos on supermarket labelling, which covers some of this. But what it doesn't cover, supermarkets are rinsing you of your hard-earned cash just because they are making so much money in the middle. Tesco made £3.1 billion profit last year. Farmers are struggling and you are struggling. What is going on? So lots of farmers have requested price increases for their produce, and they've spoken to supermarkets and almost begging, please pay a better price for the produce, because what's happening is it's leaving the farm gate, all the money's been taken out of the middle, and the price is then getting paid to you, the consumer, who's paying full whack for all the systems between farm and the shelf. The farmer's not getting enough and you're overpaying. There's a huge problem in the middle. This is a huge gap. So farmers don't get paid on time. Farmers struggle to pay their bills. The food is then out there distributed by all the large corporations and supermarkets, and then it lands on the shelves for you to buy at a higher price. Everyone's losing apart from the supermarkets. In fact, you are paying 5.2% more for your food now, and the farmers are getting less as well. So there's more and more of a distance between the two landing in the middle. All that's happening is large corporations have to make their margins so they can pay all their profit shares and make all their cash. So instead of taking a hit like an independent business might to make sure prices stay afloat and stay correct, they just put the price up and we have to pay it. Independent traders, small shops, farms, farm shops, butchers, etc. They don't have that luxury. They have to take the hit on the price because they daren't sell it for any more, because they don't want their customers to pay any more. Corporations don't care that you're paying more. They need you to pay more so they can take more cash. I really want this food show to be about consumers. This is not a cry from farming. This is me, a farmer, talking to you, telling you how farming is and how it impacts you. Supermarkets love the disconnect with farming because it suits their narrative. Farmers that supply supermarkets daren't speak up. I don't supply supermarkets, so I don't care. I will not stop talking about this. I complain about the government and they have their awful times. They're doing terrible things for farming, doing terrible things for the consumers, etc., etc. I've got my other videos about that. But the supermarkets have a lot of power and they have a huge amount of influence. If I'm completely honest, we have a lot of what's wrong with the world currently to thank supermarkets for. Supermarkets don't care about you. They don't care about farms. They only care about profit. If Tesco made £3.1 billion profit last year, the consumer could pay less, the farm could get more, and supermarkets could still make billions. It's a shambles. Supermarkets know you're busy. They know you're tired. They know you just want to get home. You've had a horrible, tough week, and all you want to do is buy your food and get it in the fridge and forget about it. Supermarkets have made shopping convenience, but also made it a chore we need to get out of the way. And our food shouldn't be treated this way. We don't want our food to be a chore, but supermarkets make it that way. By packaging it certain ways, they make it faceless. Stacking it high on shelves and doing offers, they don't give it an identity. They also use fake farms to try and trick the people that do want provenance into buying British produce when it's not. The supermarkets have a lot to answer for. And I'm sick to death of it affecting everybody's pockets. And this is my mission. My mission is to save you money. My mission is to save British farming, and everybody wins, because there's a lot of amazing food here and it should be affordable for all of us. But everybody is taking their cut out of the middle and it's affecting you, the consumer, and it takes the mick. What can you do about it? Well, first off, you can share videos like mine. Spread the word, because there might be people out there that don't know these things. They are busy and tired, like I've already said, and they just want to get on with their day, and they might not have stumbled across this kind of message. What's more, you can vote with your wallets. Always the way. Vote with your wallets. If you can afford to do so, go somewhere else. Or when you're in the supermarkets, question them. Make a fuss. It is your right as a consumer to make a fuss if supermarkets are being terrible. You do not deserve to go out and work all week, your entire life, grinding to make ends meet, to have supermarkets take all of that cash off you. I really hope you've enjoyed this first little dive into my new idea for a food show weekly. I appreciate it's not the usual farmyard vibe, and I appreciate it's a little bit more in depth about what I believe and who I am. And I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you've got to know me a little bit better. I really want you to become part of this Radmore family. I really want you to understand food the way I understand it, and between us we can come up with solutions that solve the problem, because we can do it. We have a voice, and platforms like YouTube are the perfect resource for farmers like me and consumers like you. So thanks to everybody that has subscribed over the last few weeks. I read all of your comments if I can, but trust me, there's been a lot of comments. Let's keep farming at the top of the agenda, and your wallet at the top of the agenda too, because everybody can have access to affordable food if we can get the system that is broken to be fixed. Thanks ever so much for watching.